Welcome back, everybody. It's Blastsportz. As you know, I'm your host, Jay, also known as Coach Jay, and damn it, I bring the best talent to my platform. And today I have a phenomenal offensive line player, all the way up from the he went to Seattle Combine and took his time out his day to do an interview with me. Sir, please introduce yourself.
My name is Noah Ferguson. I'm from Clayton, North Carolina. Offensive line, defensive line, wherever coach need me. Very humble, very blessed to be here. Thank you.
Anytime, man. So let's start this off. Why did you start playing football?
My dad was my dad really inspired me. He was a great football player in high school. Had 21 Division One offers. Couldn't go because he had to take care of his mom, so he went to the military. And I just wanted to finish what my father started.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, man.
Do you feel added pressure?
Nah, never felt no pressure. I'm a Ferguson. I don't feel no pressure, man.
Ferguson's don't feel that pressure.
Nah, nah, nah.
Now, you decided to play offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Although offensive line, it is possibly the most important position because you build from the inside out,
Hmm.
but it's not a sexy position.
No,
Why offensive line?
I've been protected my whole life. It's just something that's been instilled in me. My father was a soldier, he protected our country, and I protect my quarterback. So if he could protect the whole country, I should be able to protect one guy.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. I get that. I respect that.
mhm.
Now, you've been through the ranks of high school. You played high school in North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
North Carolina, is that a high school town? Is that more of a basketball town? Excuse me. Is it a football town or is it more of a basketball town?
Truthfully, I feel like it's both.
Okay.
We just didn't get enough credit for football. Basketball, everybody knows that's the hoop state. So we have endless guys that came from there. John Wall, Dennis Smith, PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
That alone, Bam, Bam Adebayo, that's a crazy just we had CJ Leslie come out of there, a lot of great talent. Just that five alone is crazy.
In terms of football,
Yes, sir.
I didn't know this and I recently learned this. There's different levels to the high school football.
Yes, sir.
There's tier one, there's tier two, there's tier three.
Yeah.
I believe does it go up to five or does it stop at three?
We have 6A in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What tier did you go to?
I was 4A.
For it.
And
And
then I played private school at Word of God Christian Academy. We was like 1A and we were playing like 3A schools. We had like 25 guys and we was doing pretty good, you know. So
25 guys. Wow.
yeah.
Ironman football?
Nah, it was 12. I mean, it was 11 man. I'm saying 12. I'm so used to Canada. It was 11 man. So yeah, man. We just had heart, and heart overrides anything.
How was the recruiting process for you?
It was tough. You're from a small city, like I said, I'm from Clayton, North Carolina. I'm from Johnson County. So I had to do a lot of recruiting for myself. I started off playing in the USA games to
Mm-hmm.
put my recruiting out there. And that really helped me a lot. Then I played in the OD All American Bowl. That gave me a great platform and gave me a lot of opportunity. You know, so
You did your own recruiting.
yes, sir.
You had to do your own film.
Yeah,
You had to email the coaches yourself.
yes, sir.
That had to be somewhat discouraging.
Yeah. Like I said, to the average person, yeah, not to me though.
What separates you?
My family, man. I just I never seen my dad never made no excuses. Neither did my mama. So just seeing that and feel like I was, invincible. I could take the world on at an early age.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You in the recruiting process, you
Yeah.
had to email the coaches yourself. You had to go to camps.
Yeah.
What is like? I'm gonna assume it's like about 6 to 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It's much different now. It's a lot easier
A
now.
lot
Social
easier.
media is more of a powerful tool than it was back then.
Yeah.
How did you get your hands on the coaches? How did you get the coaches to notice
Um, when I was at Word of God, that's really when my career took off. We were playing against like high ranking teams.
you? Mm-hmm.
We were ideally tune-up games, and I was beating 4 stars, 5 star guys. And when that happened, I drew the attention of coaches. My mom would help me, with emailing and stuff. She put her touch on it, and we'll go to the camps, and then we'll go to the visits, the official visits and unofficial visits, and show my tape right there in person too. I always kept tape on me, always. I always had it on. I always had cleats with me too. Even though they had a football game, I always believe if you stay ready, you never, never got to worry about being ready. So that was the whole mindset. I never took no for an answer. A lot of people told me I wouldn't make it out of my, city. And I wasn't even mad at them because, a lot of people are closed minded back home and it's not their fault. It was just what was engraved into them. Good thing for me, I was hard headed. So it never worked for me. But,
Gotcha.
respect to everybody back home. I feel like, they made me prove to myself and to them that I can do it.
Gotcha.
More
Gotcha.
so to them.
Did it build a chip on your shoulder?
Mm. The old me will say yes. The new me, no.
You said the old you would say yes.
Yeah.
So clearly there was a chip that was built.
At one point, yeah. At one point.
Can you give me one specific situation where that chip was built?
Eighth grade, I was at McGee's Crossroads High School. My the coach at the time was Coach Godwin. This guy never played football a day in his life. He's just teacher and coach. He cut me from the team and told me I would never make it. I just didn't have what it took.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very blunt.
Was it something maybe you wasn't ready, or was it something him just being targeting? You felt like he was targeting.
He was targeting me because
Wow.
I had an older brother. His name was Chris Ferguson. His name is Chris Ferguson. He was a really great football player. He went to the Naval Academy. He was one of the first guys from our city to go like Division 1. And he hated on my older brother because my older brother played against him when my older brother was at
That
Cleveland
makes
Middle
sense.
School. He played Cleveland Middle School, played McGee's Crossroads. I think my older brother put like 400 yards on them in one game. He was a quarterback. I was number 2, and he put 400 on them. So I mean, I feel like there was some personal vendetta there. He beat him in track. He beat him in basketball. So
Gotcha.
you
So if
know,
he couldn't beat him, he beat you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah,
Well, whatever. He did you a favor at the end.
yeah. He did me a favor. I'm actually grateful for him. Yep.
Now you fast track into college. You
Yes,
get your
sir.
acceptance letter.
Yep.
What is that one? Because I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot of young men that watch this my platform.
Yes, sir.
What is that one piece of advice you will give a high school kid going to college? Because one of my nephews, Jaden, he plays in Florida, and they're looking at him. What advice would you give him?
You have to understand you're gonna have to go work, and you might have been great in your city, but everybody that's there was great in their city. So what you have to do when you get there is show what separates you from the other 120 guys at fall camp. So you have to go in there with nobody's gonna outwork me. I'm gonna be the first to every drill. I'll be the first one on the field, the last one to leave. And you have that mindset, I feel like you're unstoppable.
Now, I want to ask you, what was the first college offer you received?
Oh man. It actually gets me kind of teared up thinking about it, man. It was it was North Carolina A&T. Yeah. At the time they had to Tariq Cohen there. Uh so I got the offer. It was an exciting day. I was very happy.
But you didn't stay there.
No, I didn't even go.
Why?
I got better ones. Like my highest one was Iowa State.
Okay.
And you couldn't tell me nothing, man. It was Iowa State, man. I don't care if I'd have went there at fourth string, fifth string. I'd have worked my way up. Um, but I will say accreditation is a big thing, especially going from high school to college for your courses. So my courses messed me up for, a couple schools because the NCAA clearinghouse is no joke. So if you're in high school, like make sure you go to your guidance counselors, make sure they check on the clearinghouse, make sure your school has accreditation because I didn't have that. So I had to go Division 2.
What do you mean by accreditation?
So some schools might not be accredited. So some of their classes might not credit to a college, might not be accepted by a college. And the NCAA clearinghouse lets you know if it's accepted, for Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 schools. And I was missing I was missing a Spanish 2 class, environmental science class, and a Math 3 class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's messed up.
Because I went to private and public school right in high school. I went
Yeah.
to 7 high schools, bro. I was all over. Yeah, I was in a new school every semester, man. Yeah.
You said North Carolina was your first offer.
Yeah.
You teared up. It was an emotional, but you didn't attempt. Why you got emotional?
Because they were Division 1. They believed in me. Nobody ever thought I could get a Division 1 offer. So when they offered me, I was,
You was,
yeah, I was ecstatic, man.
but you didn't know your high school situation was gonna kind of.
No, I didn't.
So when you go D2
Yeah.
and you didn't go D1, but you have having to go to D2.
Yeah.
It wasn't like well, there's only offer I had. It was because of the situation you had dealt with in school forced you to go D2.
Yeah.
Was it frustrating? Was you upset? What was your emotions like?
I was grateful because I saw guys my age going to work a job. So to be able to have the opportunity to go to college wherever, I feel like it's a blessing because I got an opportunity to still prove myself. Because if you look at the NFL draft, they draft guys Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. So I'm still in that class. I'm just a class under.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. I was like, great opportunity. Now, on the pride side, because I am human. It's like I played in the All American game, so it's like people knew me in the city. It's like how do you come to St. Augustine University? You know, Side note, I was the first player to ever get a full scholarship there for football too. Coach Tim Chavis and Dominique Pounds, rest in peace to him, gave me a full ride and didn't pay for nothing.
That's what's up.
And yeah, so having the opportunity to go there, it made me realize that they don't have as that school didn't have the greatest facilities, but everybody wanted to make it. Everybody wanted to work, so it felt like Division 1, just not facility wise, but the work ethic wise. A lot of guys made it feel Division 1, you know, environment. Some guys didn't. You could tell like you could still see the difference between like D2 and D1, but they tried the best they could, and I was just grateful to at least experience that 5 a.m. runs. Running with the guys. It was fun. It was a great experience.
You did D1.
Mm-hmm.
And when you did you went from D2 and you ended up getting transferred to D1.
Yeah.
And I understand you just said something. The facilities are different.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you notice? What's the biggest takeaway?
So I played Division 1 in Canada. So Canada has a big college football or area. Like it's big in Canada now, man. Like they're producing NFL guys left and right now. Like it's going. When I went Division 1 in Canada, we had all the gear in the world. Food, sponsors, 3 practice fields, 3 locker rooms. We had really good gear, man.
Okay. And you said food. Because I interviewed one individual one time.
Yeah.
And he played at the HBCU level.
Yeah.
And then he went Division 1. He said, Jay, like, we don't have the type of resources they have. Even down to food, like, yeah, we get free food, we get a meal card, but we'll get like hot dogs and hamburgers or chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
And he goes, but when I went to D1 or lower level, I was getting really like gourmet meals compared to the 2. And I was getting things catered to me.
Yeah.
Is that something you noticed?
You do get better meals. But to be honest, I played the best off of hot dogs, bro. Pause. But I played the best off of, fried hot dogs, rice, fried egg, bologna. It don't matter. As long as you get the protein and stuff, man, you're good to go. Food ain't gonna make you play no better. If you're putting the right nourishments in your bodies. Some people, might not have it. But if that's the case, there's guys from Division 3 schools that get picked up and they didn't have to same meals. Now, like I said, you do get better meals though. Yeah, it's nice. Like you get a nice catered.
Yeah.
It's all good. But for me, I like to feel like I'm in the trenches with it.
Gotcha. You seem like a person that doesn't make excuses. And you
No.
find something positive out of everything.
You have to. You get one life, man. Like, just think about these kids in these third world countries. That's the real. That's the real thing.
You kind of what you said that is a good point.
Mm.
Kind of reminds me of what Shaq said. Shaq's father told him.
Yeah.
He was like, "You athletes are spoiled. You have one bad game, that's pressure." He was like, "No pressure is."
When he took him and he saw his
Yeah,
family.
yeah. He was like, "That's
Yeah.
pressure."
And like me as a father, I understand that very well.
Did, did you? Is this situation? Because your attitude is amazing.
Yeah.
But is there a situation in your life that made you get this positive? Because you know everyone has a breaking point where they really didn't appreciate it until something hits them.
Yeah.
And they almost fall off a cliff and they go, wait a minute, I'm too good for this.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. You don't have to answer this question.
No, that's fine.
But it seems like something happened that pushed you to be like, yo, no matter what happens, God got my back.
Yeah. About 2 years ago, my child's mother, she got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting. Um, you know, for me, I was gonna be a dad. You know, like I feel like that's the best team to be a part of for an NFL team, a college team, is to be a dad, being on a dad. You know, being a dad's team. So my coach, I was starting. I was at University of Ottawa. I was starting that. I was going to be starting that year. Um, my head coach had brought me into the office. And before I make any comment, he was a great head coach. I think he was just, more trying to care for me, in his opinion. I'm just gonna say that because I'm on camera. But um, I had to choose. Am I gonna be a family man or am I gonna be a teammate? And they have these conversations behind closed doors. People, athletes just don't talk about them. Some do, but I mean, not really on a podcast. And I chose my family first, you know. And I think it was because when I first came to the team, I was working 4 jobs. I had 5 classes, and I was still doing football practice. And then my older brother, DJ Johnson, he got drafted, and I didn't have to work 4 jobs no more. He put me in an opportunity where I could focus on school and football. But I think they used that against me when I had my son. You know what I'm saying? Because money wasn't the problem. My school got paid for. Everything was good. So that was a very trying time because I had a really great season the season before. For the games they let me play, I showcased my talent very well, and I wanted to come back and win with my brothers, and just to get that taken away from me, it really hurt me. Um, it hurt me while I was in the facility, but when I got out of the facility, I had to go be a parent again. I had to think about my kid.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably the best thing that ever happened to me because I worked so hard to get there, and then just to get it took it from me again. I'm like, man, I was like, it got to be something better than this, and it was my son.
Yeah.
So my son gave me new life. It gave me a new viewpoint on things.
Circling back to the coach's comment, he
Yeah.
said, pretty much gave you an ultimatum, either us or the family.
Basically, because it's hard. It's hard in his opinion, it was hard for me to manage that football, school, and he was still assuming I was still working the 3, 4 jobs.
Yeah.
I showed him the bank account. Told him there's not a problem. Everything's fine. But I think they were trying to get me up out of there. It's a French school. They don't really like people that look like me like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It's hidden though. They don't openly expose it. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're bad people. Everybody's just, different. I'm in their country, their rules, it's their background. I mean, it's their field. So, I was grateful for the opportunity they gave me. So I have no hatred towards them. Very, very grateful. I think it needed to happen.
Yeah, it was probably it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, I'm pretty sure you didn't feel that way.
No, 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 I didn't.
You know.
I'm still human, right? Like
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. But it looked like it hurt my coach to tell me that. I don't think he directly wanted me. I think it was some boosters that had something to do with it.
Gotcha.
I think it was something deeper than that. But yeah, man.
It is what it is. They did you a favor.
Yeah.
Now you have your son, you have your family, and
Yeah.
things are better.
Yeah.
They say when you have a son or child, I'm just gonna say child.
Yes.
It gives you a new life, it gives you a new motivation. I can testify for that being true.
Yeah.
But moving me out the equation, what did your son do for you on the football field?
When I thought I couldn't go another play, I thought about him. It was like free adrenaline, like I didn't need no energy drink, no pep talk. I got a mouth to feed. So that was the man. That was really all I needed. To be honest, that was all I needed, bro.
So you need that's all you need, and he gave you that push.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Do you do you regret anything about your football career?
Do I
Anything?
regret anything?
Is there anything you say, Jay? If I could go back, I would have fought harder in that coach's office and not let him give me the ultimatum.
Yeah.
Is there one thing you say you could take away from this, from your career that you wish you could do over?
Hmm.
Got you with this one,
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a great question.
huh?
Um, Man, I just I just wish that the coaches would have realized what they had. I feel sorry for them.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
didn't, I do wish on my end that I would have communicated better. Um, Football for me is an escape. I don't like talking that much when I'm on the football field. It's my happy place, man. When I'm happy, I'm just at peace and I'm quiet. So it's hard for some of my coaches in Canada to read me, right? They didn't understand the state's mindset. And I wish, could have been a little bit better on the adjustment, but I thought football was football at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But over there you gotta have a little bit of a personality and it's not bad. It's just it's their rules, learning their way. So I wish I could have adapted faster to that. But like a lot of my teammates with my first two schools had like broken my trust completely, right? So I felt like a lone ranger out there, So
When you say personality,
mhm.
that's a very broad, a very strong statement.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Canadians in general are just more happy. It's a beautiful country, man. Like they're more family oriented. Out here is get rich or die trying. We all trying to take care of our mamas, our daddies, like,
Yeah.
So they were just on a different level, bro. They just had a like they'll be happy and be squatting 400, 500 in the weight room. Like, like they ain't stressing. Like, they just had like a good aura to them. For us, when we go on the football field, it's the just dominate, dominate,
Yeah.
get out the hood, get out the trench, blah, 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 blah. Out there, they're just like, yeah, man, I'm going to practice today. So I mean, like they just lived it differently. They played it differently. So, it was just different atmosphere, just different all the way
Gotcha.
around.
Gotcha. That
Mm,
makes sense. That makes sense.
mm.
Now, when you when you play college football in Canada,
Yes, sir.
you played in America, you played in Canada.
Mm.
What's the biggest takeaway between the two?
Truthfully,
Mm-hmm.
they hit harder.
Okay.
Yeah, they could hit.
Yeah.
They could hit. I mean, the States, we're all around, but like out there, those guys love football. Those guys really love it. You don't need to give those guys NIL money. I seen like starting linebackers working nightclub jobs, dishwasher jobs, and coming out there and they like really love the game. Out here, it's about the NIL money now, taking care of the family. I don't fault that at all. It's great, take care of mom and stuff. But I grew up for the love of football. I wasn't really cared. I didn't care about the money aspect. When I was watching like the guys on TV, I didn't know they were rich. I just loved the game. So Eric Thomas said a good statement when I was younger. He said, "You want to be successful so bad that you don't have to pay me to do what I do. I play this game for free if I could. It don't matter. I
Gotcha.
love the game. I think it's a good skill. It's a art to be able to be 300 pounds moving backwards and taking, force, and not being able to get thrown on your back. That's really impressive, right? The hyperextension of the spine, like that's a art, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like they just had a little bit more appreciation value of the game than I think we had down here. I think down here we take the game for granted. Out there, they're very grateful for it.
Gotcha.
So I'll just say, like I said, those guys could play.
In terms of college life,
Yeah.
what's the biggest difference between Canada and US?
Shoot, man, college life in Canada is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, if I had to do it all over again, I'll go back.
All right.
Yeah, I mean Alabama's nice, Florida's nice. You get the SEC environment, the ACC, the Big Ten, Pac-12. You know, I don't think it's Pac-12 no more, but you get the Big Ten environment. And those are all great environments. But for me, it was just the culture thing. I seen women from all different places. I met guys from like all different areas I never thought I'd meet. Like I got close friends from I got a friend from Morocco, a friend from Greece, a friend from Japan, you know, just like Canada's a big melting pot of like cultures, right?
Hmm.
Not saying America isn't, but like, America's very stern and there's like Canada's like very open to like accepting all types of cultures and like they're all living amongst each other. It's not separated.
Gotcha.
How it is in the States, you know what I'm saying? You catch the drift. So
No, I get it. I get it.
mhm.
Final question of the day.
Yeah.
If you could compare your game to someone that's played in the NFL, past or present, who would you compare yourself to, and why?
Hmm. I compare my game to me. Never idolize nobody.
Okay.
I played the mirror. That's all I knew. You know. I was a Larry Allen. Like I like Larry Allen. I like how he played, but I respected his game enough where I didn't care to idolize. Now I did take different tools. Like I know you got to be strong to play offensive line. That's what I learned from him.
Okay.
So I liked how he threw guys, right? But I wanted to do it differently. He just come off the ball, just throw his body into him. I work a finesse. I play off of body leverage. If you watch my tape, there's certain times where guys think they have the advantage, and then I twist them, and then they're gone. So that was my main thing. Like I've wanted to have my own style. You know what I'm saying? I've always had my own style since I was a kid. My dad always told me it's not about the clothes don't make the man makes the clothes. And that was the same when you couldn't have the most nicest things to go to school in. But if my clothes was washed and ironed, I was just as fresh as everybody else. So I'm gonna have a different aspect on the game, different aspect on life because I grew up different. I didn't idolize nobody. Only person I really idolized was my dad. You know, even though me and his relationship is father and son. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But like he go out there and make it happen and come home every day. That's what I think. I never really had no idol like that. But I will say, like, my older brother, um, that's probably the closest I could say. My older brother, like DJ, I strive to be like him
Gotcha.
if I had to.
All right.
But I mean, like, in general, from my offensive line perspective, nah, it's just me.
Gotcha. Listen, man, I appreciate your time. You coming back. We gotta do it again. This time we're gonna do it in a restaurant.
Man, just to put it out there though, my like I appreciate my parents and everything, but my older brother DJ, like, he stepped up and got me through my stuff in Canada, like
Shout out to
see
DJ.
to see a guy go to the NFL and bring his brother with him, and get me in the pro environment, he didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to have him as a friend, as a brother, as somebody I could confide in, my son's godfather, you know, I'm just really grateful for you, bro. And the Washington Commanders is gonna get a good one.
I like that one. I'm a
Yeah.
big Commanders fan.
Hey,
Shout out.
listen, I'm telling you, watch him this year. It's his time, man. It's nobody that can stop the run like him.
God, you have no idea how excited that gets me.
I'm telling you, like he could take his shoulder down to the ground, come up on them, anybody. I put it all on him. At the end of the day, there's no lineman in the league that could touch him. I stamped that too.
Gotcha.